CPU performance, OMG, it's 80 degrees Celsius right now and the CPU load is 97%. I think this. Hey, what's up guys, hope you all are doing absolutely great and welcome back to another episode of Tech Flip. And in this episode of Tech Flip, we're going to use Adobe Premiere Pro on our MacBook Air, and let's see how well Adobe Premiere Pro works on this MacBook Air, because there is a lot of people asking me for this particular video on my Final Cut Pro X video, because recently I made one video where I have used the MacBook Air for Final Cut Pro X and it was perfect, and people are asking me to make the same kind of video but with Adobe Premiere Pro. So let's see how well Adobe Premiere Pro works on this nifty 50 MacBook Air. Nifty 50, what does that mean? Anyway, let's go. Alright everyone, so now we are at our computer screen, and as you can see I have Premiere Pro installed on my MacBook Air. So let's launch Adobe Premiere Pro 2020 on our MacBook Air and let's see how well Adobe Premiere Pro works on the MacBook Air. We're launching. Let's see how long does it take to launch. We are just counting. The time stamp is here, obviously. It will take a little time, like as compared to Final Cut Pro, and it is still loading, and now it's loaded. Anyway, now let's go and start our new project, untitled new project. Yes, let's go with the new project one. So we are going to edit one video that I shot tomorrow, and I also uploaded the video tomorrow. That video is over here, as you can see, and it is a 1080p 30 frames per second video. So this is the battery test of iPhone 7 that I posted tomorrow, and we're going to edit the same video on Adobe Premiere Pro today. So let's dump all of our footage in Premiere Pro. Let's put another music, and here is the music. Let's dump our music also in Premiere Pro, and we're ready to go. Let's go to the editing section. Now we will be dumping all our footages in Premiere Pro's sequence. Let's go and create the sequence. On Premiere Pro things are a little messy, and I'm not a professional Premiere Pro user. I use Final Cut Pro more over Premiere Pro, so I have more experience with that, and I don't have that much experience with Premiere Pro. Don't judge me over that. But we are going to do a real world performance test of Adobe Premiere Pro on MacBook Air 2017. Here you can see we already created our sequence, and we are going to play the video at full resolution. And let's play the video. Let's see how well does it work. Okay. Hey, what's up guys, hope you all are doing absolutely great, and in this video what we are going to do is a small beta test of iPhone 7 in 2020. Yeah, it's playing okay in my opinion. Okay, now we are going to dump another footage. Before dumping all the footages, I have to cut these footages. On Final Cut Pro, I like one thing, that if I cut this thing, the timeline is magnetic. That means if I cut one part of the video, it get meshed automatically. But in Premiere Pro, I really don't know if there is something like that. Please let me know in the comment section. I really don't have that much idea about that thing. Let's go put our music. Where is our music? I think we have dumped our music. Okay, I got the music. Here's the music. Let's put the music and make the volume a little down maybe. So here's the audio 3. Let's make it a little down. I just installed Premiere Pro. I have zero experience over Premiere Pro. Like, it's been only 2 days I'm using the Premiere Pro, so don't just judge me. I don't know that much about Premiere Pro. Okay, there is a little fault. I'm going to move this part away. Okay, it is working well at 1:2 resolution. You can edit the videos, cut the videos, and do anything you want very easily. And the temperature of this Mac is currently 69 degrees Celsius, 70 degrees Celsius. Like, it's not super, and the CPU load is only 37%. That means the GPU is the main problem on this Macs, because Adobe Premiere Pro is mostly GPU intensive application, not CPU. That's the reason the CPU doesn't matter that much as the GPU. As you can see, the load on the CPU is only 39, 40, not more than 40, 50%. So we are going to copy this 1 minute 15 second video and paste it again, and after that we are going to export it. Okay, now it is around 3 minutes, and we're going to export this 1080p 30 frames per second video with the Adobe Premiere Pro on the MacBook Air, and let's see how much time it will take for this 3-minute project. Let's go at File, let's go to the Export Media, and we're going to export in full resolution. H.264 is a good compression for YouTube. The match source bit, I'm going to be on YouTube 1080p Full HD, and that is what most YouTubers use, and I'm also going to do that. And I'm going to use maximum render quality. I think we have done our best. Now let's go and click on export. Let's see how long does it take to export all the things, and the temperature is right now 59 degrees Celsius. The CPU load is only 22%, so it will take take around 2 minutes as there is no effects, color grading, things like that, but we are going to do a little color grading and after that we are going to export this again. Alright, now we are ready to export this full footage as we have already done the color grading. So let's go and export this footage and let's see how much time it will take to export this on export media. Let's go and click on export and now it will also take around 2 minutes. So that means it is the same. So it's a very good thing that 3 minutes of project will take around 2 minutes to export or even 1 minute 30 seconds. So that is really good. I think Premiere Pro is getting better day by day. It's very good. So let's see what is the temperature and the CPU performance. OMG going on. It's 80 degrees Celsius right now and the CPU load is 97%. I think this color grading is the culprit over here, and because of this color grading the CPU is doing much more intensive task and that is the reason it is getting really warm. Oh my god. And there is a huge noise going on. Let me make you hear. So currently the CPU load is around 95-92% and the temperature is 79 degrees Celsius, 80 degrees Celsius, and the main problem over here is RAM. As you can see, we only have 125 MB RAM, 140 MB RAM out of 8 GB and it is not good. Not going that well. If I put 4K video on this MacBook Air with the Premiere Pro, I think it will just die in my opinion. I really don't know. I really don't have any idea. Okay, the video export completed. Let's go and let's quit. Let's go. Okay, closing, saving the project, and here is the test footage. Let's play it, and yeah, it is nice quality, no quality loss, everything is very fine. There is no such issues in my opinion. So I think Premiere Pro is usable with the MacBook Air, but if you are using the MacBook Air to edit 10 or 15 minute videos with Adobe Premiere Pro, then your MacBook Air 2017 version is going to get mad anytime soon. I really don't know, because the device is getting very warm, the CPU is getting filled up, the RAM is getting filled up, things are not going that well, but after exporting, editing the video, it will get cool. Like as you can see right now the load is 19%. So what is my final opinion? So my final opinion will be done by the MacBook Air 2017 to edit videos on Adobe Premiere Pro. If you want to edit short videos like 1 or 2 minute videos, maybe 5 minutes, then it's okay. Other than that, in my opinion, you should not buy. If you are editing videos regularly, daily, like vlog kind of videos or take videos daily, then Premiere Pro is not for you. You should definitely check the Final Cut Pro X or even the iMovie or the Filmora 9. All those 3 applications are much better than Adobe Premiere Pro with the MacBook Air, because Premiere Pro is a very heavy application and it takes a little long time to export. It will make your Mac work harder and it will make your Mac go warmer. Thus your device will die very soon, and that is what is my experience. In my opinion, the Premiere Pro is a very heavy application for MacBook Air 2017. If you tend to edit videos regularly like 20 minute, 15 minute, 10 minute plus videos with some color grading effects, LUTs applied, then you should definitely check other laptops, in my opinion. And we're opening the project again just to see what's happening, and everything is still there, playing good, going well, full quality is okay, watchable, playable, not a big deal. You can cut, paste, use it, but day-to-day use, it's not recommended. Anyway, so that was my opinion about using the MacBook Air with Adobe Premiere Pro. What do you think? Let me know in the comment section, or if you have some questions, you can obviously comment. Let's go to the future. So that was my test of Adobe Premiere Pro on MacBook Air. To be honest, MacBook Air is not for Premiere Pro. Even the latest 16-inch MacBook Pro or the latest Apple devices also are not for Premiere Pro, because Premiere Pro's software has some limitations. Every single filmmaker agrees that Premiere Pro needs a little upgrade in their software sections, because their software is not doing that well. The hardwares on the markets are really good, but the Premiere Pro software is still a little behind the hardwares, and that's why Premiere Pro sometimes crashes on that iMac, the Mac Pro, and it's horrible. Anyway, that was my test of Premiere Pro on the MacBook Air 2017. And if you want to edit big videos like 10-15 minute videos or even 30 minutes video, please don't buy the MacBook Air 2017 for Premiere Pro, Adobe Premiere Pro. I'm really confused. Premiere Pro, Final Cut Pro X, confused. Anyway, that is all for this one. I hope you guys got something good. If you want to edit bigger videos, don't get the MacBook Air 2017, but if you want to edit some 5 to 10 minute videos, even short videos, you can definitely go for this one. Anyway, that is all. Goodbye, until next time.